All right, thank you, Victoria. For the community now, Wednesday is officially the first day of fall, but the effects of seasonal allergies are already setting in. Now, if you're suffering from a runny nose or watery eyes, chances are you could be a victim of fall allergies. Dr. William McKenna, a local allergist, joins us now to talk about the fall sniffles and how to prepare. I know I've already been like sniffling every morning whenever I'm waking up, but we know about spring allergies. What's kind of the difference with fall allergies?
Right. Well, fall allergies is a different season because we typically have more rain in this time of the year, in September, and leading into this time period. We transform from what we would call kind of like the dead or kind of drought summertime into the green, robust growing season. So the grasses, the weeds, everything grows rapidly, and that puts a lot more pollens and mold into the air.
Yeah, I know it's been affecting me. And let's talk about some of those triggers of what's going to really get people's allergies going.
Yes. Well, the triggers this time of the year are typically going to be the pollens that what we're talking about as often known as, quote, ragweed season, which really basically means weed pollens are more common in the air. We also, of course, have the grasses that are very active this time of the year, and with the rising humidity and rains that we've had, also mold spores will be very high outside. Now, the indoor allergens are going to pretty much be the same year round because it doesn't matter what season we're in. If we have indoor dust mite allergy or pet dander allergy, or if there's leaks or water leaks or whatever in the house, the molds are going to be. So the indoor allergens are going to be the same. Hopefully what will happen is in those who know when they're outside in the fall time, starting around now, that if they're having more difficulty, if they spend less of their elective time outside, that can be of some help.
And let's talk about how can people tell the difference between allergies versus a cold if someone has never been diagnosed with being allergic to something.
Right, that's always a good question that comes up frequently, and that is with allergy in a seasonal pattern, the symptoms keep going on and on. And we know typically with a cold, an upper respiratory infection like a head cold, that's going to be for a few days, maybe a week or so, but it's going to go away.
Right.
The allergy, it keeps going on, or it may get better as the exposure is less, but then it keeps coming back. And colds do not do that unless there's something else going on that's wrong. So the symptoms can be somewhat the same. Certainly fever is not part of allergy, but someone may feel feverish if they have a remarkable allergy type of attack with the sneezing, running, congestion. They may feel feverish, but take your temperature and that'll distinguish between the two. Not all colds or viruses will cause a fever also, so that can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but mainly it's the longevity of the symptoms coming back and forth.
Right, and what's a way for people to catch some relief if they are suffering from allergies during this time?
Well, we have lots of things available now over the counter that we didn't have just a few years ago. A lot of the antihistamines are available that people can recognize very readily, and we even have some of the nasal sprays that were prescription just a couple of years ago or so now are available over the counter also. So that is a great 1-2 punch with the antihistamine and nasal spray prescription that used to be prescription nasal spray category. So yes, those are very effective. If that's not effective enough though, then you do need to see your doctor at that point.
Right, if a trip to Walgreens doesn't help, then you can see Dr. McKenna or whoever else you need to see.
Yes, yes.
All right, well thank you so much Dr. McKenna for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
And stay with us, we'll be right back.